Hey everyone! Are you ready to take your English listening skills to the next level? In today's video, we've put together a fantastic listening practice session designed to help you understand native speakers more easily. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's improve your English together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a lesson. Let's get started.
Hey Chloe. Long time no see. You look incredibly radiant today. Seriously, there is this vibrant energy around you. Have you done something different lately?
Hi Alex. Oh, thank you so much. That is really kind of you to say. Honestly, I have actually made some pretty drastic changes to my daily routine over the last few months. I guess it is finally starting to show on the outside.
It absolutely is. Now you have piqued my curiosity. What kind of changes are we talking about? A new skincare routine, or is it something deeper?
A mix of everything, really, but mostly it comes down to diet, exercise, and how I manage my mental space. I used to feel constantly exhausted, so I decided enough was enough. I needed to prioritize myself.
I completely resonate with that. I have been feeling like a zombie lately because of work stress. Let's start with the physical stuff. How often do you work out a week?
Right now, I am hitting the gym 4 times a week, and I do yoga on Sundays. I tried to do 5 days of heavy lifting initially, but it was too much for my body to handle. 4 days feels like the perfect sweet spot for consistency.
4 times a week plus yoga is impressive. I struggle to even go twice. What does a typical gym session look like for you? Are you lifting weights, or are you more into cardio?
I mostly focus on strength training. I start with a dynamic warm-up, then spend about 45 minutes lifting weights, focusing on progressive overload, and then I finish with 15 minutes of light cardio, just to keep my heart healthy.
Strength training, wow. I always thought cardio was the ultimate key to looking fit and feeling energetic. Did you have to overcome a fear of the weight section? I know many people find it intimidating.
Oh, absolutely. The free weights section used to terrify me. It felt like an exclusive club for bodybuilders. But I hired a trainer for the first month to teach me the proper form, and that gave me the confidence I needed. Lifting weights actually boosts your metabolism way more than just doing endless hours on the treadmill.
What exactly do you mean by progressive overload? I hear that term a lot on fitness blogs but never really understood how to apply it.
It basically means gradually increasing the intensity of your workouts over time. For instance, if I squat 50 kilograms this week for 8 repetitions, next week I will either try to do 9 repetitions with the same weight or increase the weight to 52 kilograms. It forces your muscles to adapt and grow stronger rather than plateauing.
That makes a lot of sense. What about yoga? Is that just for flexibility, or is there another reason you keep it in your schedule?
Yoga is my bridge between physical fitness and mental health. On Sundays, my body is sore from the weights, so yoga helps stretch out the muscles and release tension. Plus, the breathing exercises do wonders for my anxiety.
Speaking of anxiety and tiredness, what do you usually do to decompress after a busy week? Because my current strategy of scrolling through social media for hours is definitely not working.
I used to do the exact same thing, Alex. Mindless scrolling actually drains your brain even more because it bombards you with dopamine spikes. Now, my ultimate decompression ritual is a mix of a digital detox, a hot bath, and reading fiction before bed. I turn off all my notifications by 8 p.m. on Fridays.
A digital detox sounds terrifying but incredibly liberating. Don't you feel like you are missing out on something when your phone is off?
At first, yes. I had major FOMO, fear of missing out. But then I realized that whatever is happening on Instagram can wait. Nothing is more important than restoring my own sanity. The first weekend I tried it, I slept for 9 hours straight. It was glorious.
9 hours of uninterrupted sleep sounds like a luxury. Sleep is another thing I am struggling with. I toss and turn constantly, thinking about my endless to-do list for the next day. How do you quiet your mind?
That is where meditation and mindfulness come into play. I started practicing 10 minutes of guided meditation every single morning before I check my phone. It trains your brain to acknowledge stressful thoughts and then let them go, rather than spiraling into panic.
I tried meditation once, but I couldn't stop thinking about what I wanted to eat for lunch. My mind just wanders too much. Is there a trick to it?
Everyone thinks meditation means having a completely blank mind, but that is a myth. The magic actually happens when your mind wanders, and you gently bring your attention back to your breath. Every time you bring your focus back, it is like doing a bicep curl for your brain. It takes practice.
That is a great analogy. A bicep curl for the brain. I might actually give it another shot if I look at it that way. What about your diet? Did you change what you eat as well?
Yes, significantly. I shifted toward a whole foods, plant-forward diet. I didn't go completely vegan or anything extreme, but I cut out about 80% of ultra-processed foods. Less sugar, less fast food, more colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats.
Was it hard to give up sugar? I have the biggest sweet tooth, and the mid-afternoon energy crash always drives me straight to the vending machine for chocolate.
The first 2 weeks were brutal, I won't lie. Sugar is incredibly addictive. But once your taste buds adjust, natural foods start tasting much sweeter. Now, if I want something sweet, I have Greek yogurt with berries and honey. It satisfies the craving without the crash.
I always thought healthy eating meant boiling chicken breasts and steaming broccoli until they taste like cardboard. Your version sounds much more sustainable. How do you find the time to cook every day with a busy job?
I don't cook every day. That would be impossible for me. I practice meal prepping on Sundays and Wednesdays. I cook large batches of protein, roast a big tray of vegetables, and pre-cook grains like quinoa or brown rice. Then I just assemble them into different bowls throughout the week. It saves so much time and money.
Meal prepping sounds efficient, but doesn't the food get boring by the third day? I feel like I would crave something fresh.
That is why you change the sauces and spices. One day I will use a peanut ginger dressing, the next day a lemon tahini sauce, and maybe a spicy salsa the day after. The base remains the same, but the flavor profile changes completely. It keeps things exciting.
It has to be sustainable, otherwise you will quit within a month. Dieting implies a temporary restriction, whereas lifestyle changes are meant to last forever. I still eat pizza and ice cream occasionally. I follow the 80-20 rule, 80% nutritious food, 20% whatever I want.
The 80-20 rule sounds very reasonable. It doesn't feel like you are punishing yourself. I think that is where I always fail. I try to be perfect, get overwhelmed, and then give up entirely.
Consistency will always beat perfection. It is better to go to the gym 3 times a week for a year than to go 7 times a week for 2 weeks and burn out.
You are so right. It seems like this whole journey has also transformed your mindset, not just your body. It sounds like a massive project of self-improvement.
It really is. Physical health was just the gateway. Once I realized I had control over my body, I started wondering what else I could improve about my life. I became obsessed with personal development and learning new skills.
Have you read any specific self-improvement books that triggered this shift, or did it happen naturally?
Atomic Habits by James Clear was a total game changer for me. It explains how tiny 1% improvements every day compound into massive changes over time. It taught me how to build good habits and break bad ones without relying purely on willpower.
I have heard so many people talk about that book. What was the most practical lesson you took away from it?
The concept of habit stacking. You take a new habit you want to build and anchor it to an existing habit you already do every day. For example, right after I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 5 minutes. Because pouring coffee is already an automatic behavior, it triggers the new habit effortlessly.
Willpower is a finite resource. You have to design your environment to make good habits easy and bad habits hard. For example, if you want to drink more water, keep a water bottle on your desk at all times. If you want to stop eating chips, don't buy them in the first place.
Simple, yet profound. What other skills have you been working on lately? You mentioned learning new things earlier.
I actually picked up 2 new projects this year. I started learning how to play the acoustic guitar, and I am taking an online course to learn how to speak Spanish fluently.
Wow, you really are maximizing your time. Music and languages. Why those 2 specifically?
Playing the guitar uses a completely different part of my brain than my daily job. It forces me to be fully present in the moment, which acts as another form of stress relief. And Spanish is just a beautiful language that I want to use when I travel next year.
How do you avoid feeling overwhelmed by trying to learn so many things at once alongside a full-time job?
I use micro-learning sessions. I don't try to practice guitar for 2 hours or study Spanish for an entire afternoon. I just spend 15 minutes on each every day. 15 minutes feels so small that my brain doesn't resist doing it. But over a year, that adds up to over 90 hours of practice for each skill.
That is incredible. The power of compounding really applies to everything, doesn't it? I always think I need large blocks of free time to start something new, so I end up never starting at all.
Exactly. We often overestimate what we can do in a single day, but we vastly underestimate what we can achieve in a year of small, daily efforts. The key is just removing the friction to start.
I realize I was spending nearly 3 hours a day watching random television shows and scrolling through social media. I just replaced the dead time with things that actually fulfill me.
That hits hard. If I am being completely honest with myself, I easily waste 2 or 3 hours a day doing absolutely nothing productive on my phone.
Don't beat yourself up about it. The modern world is engineered to distract us. Recognizing it is the first step. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just pick one small thing you want to improve this week.
If I had to pick one thing right now, it would definitely be my sleep and morning routine. I want to stop waking up and immediately checking my emails. It puts me in a stressful state of mind before my feet even touch the floor.
That is an excellent goal. Try buying an old-fashioned alarm clock and charging your phone in the living room overnight. That way, you aren't tempted to look at it first thing in the morning.
That is a brilliant and practical tip. I will order an alarm clock today. Thank you so much for sharing all of this, Alex. You have inspired me to take a hard look at my lifestyle choices.
You are so welcome, Chloe. Remember, it is a journey, not a race. Be kind to yourself, start small, and celebrate the tiny victories along the way. You've got this.
Thanks, Alex. Let's catch up again in a month, and hopefully, I will have some positive progress to report back to you.
I would love that. Let's definitely make it a date. Take care of yourself until then.
You too, Alex. Bye.